Welcome to the podcast. Are we back? Rap and Tap Podcast.
This is Rap and Tap Podcast.
Come get your greasy green from OG Poppy at the candy shop. It's the only thing you want to put on your new ink.
Which tattoo was the most meaningful to you and why?
Did you hear what they said on Rap and Tap Podcast?
The Candy Shop Tattoo Studio. The hottest tattoo shop, period. Oh,
This is Rap and Tap Podcast.
Oh, this your boy OG Poppy. Welcome to another episode of Rap and Tat Podcast, where we get right to the gooey. It's the podcast. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Rap and Tat the Podcast. We got some special guests in the house. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I go by the name of Saint Row.
Saint Row.
And my name is Mackenzie, but I go by Golden Beast.
What you do, Saint Row? Tell them
I'm
what
an
you do.
artist out here in Dallas, man. Just trying to keep the thing going. Done different tours. Joe Budden, Royce the 5'9", did shows with The Game, Currency, Nipsey Hussle. R.I.P. Nip, and just trying to get to the next level.
Finish. What you do? Tell them what you do.
And me, I am a model. I'm a makeup artist, and I do regular beat face, and then I can also draw a snake on my neck. So I do editorials. I do SFX. I'm starting to get more into the theater side and Marvel side of doing makeup. So that's about me.
So Kodak Black getting canceled. No-fly zone in the West Coast for his remarks about Lauren London regarding the death of Nipsey Hussle. So what you feel? We canceling Kodak?
Man, as long as you got fans, you can't cancel nobody. That's how I feel about it. You can say he canceled.
Fans. He got fans.
You can say he canceled, but he's not my artist, so I wasn't giving him anything anyway. So he's been canceled in my opinion, So. But I mean, as long as he got fans, they're not gonna stop supporting him.
Thanks.
So,
What you feel?
He was out of line coming at Lauren London like that. She's dealing with a recent death, and so anything that he said or mentioned about that, he should have just kept to himself. Being canceled again, like you said, he do got fans. But for me, he's canceled. That's out of line, and I respect everything that T.I.'s been doing, which is, stepping up, saying something, removing him from the Trap Museum and things like that. Like, he's been out of line lately a lot, especially with Young and May. So this is kind of like the cherry on top for a lot of people canceling him.
Were you like, whoa? Why you say that?
yeah, it is one of those things. And then, from what I understand, his homies was like, yo, like, too soon, bro. Like, chill. And he like, fuck that.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I understand, like, it's a joke, but it's too soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with Nipsey being so impactful to so many people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't even know his impact while he was alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, but seeing it now is just like, it's just super impactful, and you just think like, like for you to say that at this time, like it's just disrespectful, like you said.
But that's his image, though. Like
That's true.
He actually make killing off of just being disrespectful, because everyone's always waiting on what Kodak's gonna say. Or he's gonna say something like that.
So he's kind of known for doing this.
Yeah, he's known for it.
It's kind of like Tekashi. You know what I'm saying? It's on that same wave. Like, what can I say that's outrageous that people gonna, And most people figure, it'll die down. This ain't died down. You know what I'm saying? So,
especially on like that area, they take disrespect on a whole nother level. Like, they don't play. That's exactly why he's on a no-fly zone, because everybody's trying to murk you.
I mean, he can, but that's the funny part though. They can say no-fly zone. He lives in California. He's not in Florida no more. Like, he moved from Florida for that reason.
Yeah.
So he like, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna play out, but So then he had a half-ass apology, like, like, yo, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, I'm sorry you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't do that.
Yeah.
So,
should an artist be taken off the radio for something they say that's kind of left field like that? Or is that going too far? Like, you stopping dude from eating?
It depends, because like on what Cardi B, when she came out and said, I used to drug men, but that's how I was making money. no one removed
Nobody
her
said
or
nothing.
canceled her. Like she's still making a killing. She still
I bet
kept
Bill
her brand.
Cosby is sitting in jail like that.
How in the
Fam, everyone has selective morality.
Right.
Just put it like how it is.
Facts.
Honestly, like everybody has selective morality. People that's R. Kelly fans, they're gonna ride with him regardless. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like they can separate the art from the artist. You know what I'm saying? I can too to a certain extent. But I mean, like I said, I think it's up to that radio station, because I know one of them, I can't remember which one it was, said they wasn't playing Kodak Black like that. But I mean, what Kodak record really is, you know what I'm saying, that you've really heard on the radio like that. So, I mean, that one with Bruno and Gucci, but that's about it. So, and I mean, that's on the back end of that now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't, people will forget about it by next year, by the next time he drops something, man.
So if you build a body of work and you're caught randomly saying something that's probably just a joke to you, but it's blown up like that, now they want to take your body of work and mute it or silence it or stop you.
Right.
You feel like that's okay, or is it fair game, or is it just no? Let me just make it.
Again, it's on people on how their moral and how they feel about it. Like, one thing I gotta say, this world that we live in today, very sensitive about a lot of things. You have, Kevin Hart, who got in trouble for talking about, calling things just gay. And now the gay, they're like LGBT. It's like, you can't call everything gay. That's so disrespectful. He's like, I said that years ago, Everyone's just taking things to heart now. It's not even like that.
Yeah.
So it really depends on, how people see it. Because if people know you, they'll be like, she didn't mean it like that, or that came out sideways. But I feel like everyone's entitled to their opinion regardless. And then it's just our choice to feel like, is that, true? Am I stick by that? Or I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm not going to do that no more. Like,
Then it also depends on who's backing you. Like who is invested in you. You know what I'm saying? If me as a local artist, I don't have no, I'm funding myself. So that's different than a conglomerate like a Universal being behind you. Like, they gonna say, look, I don't give a damn what he said. If this record is moving, I need y'all to play it. And so, and long as them checks keep getting cut,
Exactly.
they gonna keep playing it. Until people, unless they rally behind, they picketing outside the radio station, yo, stop playing this, it's not gonna happen. And most of the time, honestly, we live in a world of fake outrage. You know what I'm saying? How many people was really affected by it? You know what I'm saying? Nipsey's family and stuff like that, they can be affected by it. By us, we're disconnected from it. So yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, it was disrespectful, but are you really gonna put your feet to the pavement and go and make sure that Kodak doesn't get another spin? No, you're not, because you have things that you're dealing with in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I said, I think it's really just separating the art from the artist, and if you can deal with that, you handle it that way.
Exactly.
Worst trends in hip hop or the culture. And I want to start with clout chasing.
oh yes, it don't make no sense. I don't even think I'm there as a full-on makeup artist. Yeah, I have my certain clients that I don't show because they're higher ranked. But people will be like, oh, well, can I just get a little 2-second post? If you just shout me out real quick, and it's for what? And they'll be the people you haven't even spoken to in months, sometimes years, and it's be like, hey, I see that you're doing good. Here's my Cash App if you ever feel the need, your blessings. Or people be like, oh, I see you rolling big, and it's something big. It's almost like you can't trust nobody because someone's always after that spotlight that you're trying to build for yourself. It's not even sometimes there yet, just build for yourself. And it's gotten back to where people think it's just. That's basically what our generation is, honestly. And the ones coming up after, they just, everything they see on the internet, Instagram, they just want to go get it.
I think I was in high school when MySpace came out. So if you said something on there, you was responsible for it the next day. People was gonna come and see you about it. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, people just do stuff and they oh, but look how many views I got. Bro, that shit don't matter. I think if you ask people if they want $1 million or 1 million followers, they'll probably take the 1 million followers.
What city are you from?
Born from or just raised in that?
Raised.
Dallas area.
So you from Dallas too?
Yeah.
Being from Dallas, do you feel like there's an obligation with your success as you continue going up, to kind of put on for the city or keep real with the city that you came from? Or do you kind of just cut tail and go?
You wanna go?
Sure. So, one thing about, coming from your city, you always want to represent it. Like, you never want to lose that humbleness or lose that, lose where you actually came from. That's for some starters, there's an inspiration, that was your motivation, that's, everything. But at the end of the day, just as we saw, with Nip, sometimes you got to cut some strings loose. You can't always go back to, the same place and things like that. Because honestly, there's going to be people who don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see it. They don't want to see money. They don't want to see cars. They don't want to see any of that. Because they say, we from the same area. How you getting in? I'm not. Yep. So it's like you can always put your city on, but at the end of the day, you just need to learn certain ties you need to cut and just leave in the past and be like, I'm cool and like I'm not ever going back to that. So I'm always gonna put on for Dallas, but at the end of the day, like if there come negative vibes coming from my city, deuces. I mean, and it's sad to say, but it's so true because it can lead to violence. It can lead to someone dead, and it's honestly not that serious. Again, it's just not that serious.
So are you opening your shop in Dallas, or are you looking to other major cities like Atlanta, Chicago, LA?
When I get big, it's most likely going to be other areas because, I just feel like that's just a sign of growth for me. Staying in my city, that's just going to keep me grounded. People are going to try to put you down, but, out branching and going everywhere else, you see other things. You see probably other things you want to start doing, making more money in. So it's just better opportunities when you get to go out of your city instead of staying in the city.
Back in my rapping days, when I went on tour, I would do shows in other cities and they would know my raps word for word. Do you feel like you get more love outside, but you still repping Dallas, but you get more love outside?
All right, I'll put it like this. It depends on the city.
Yeah.
Houston is way different. Is a way different crowd than Dallas. Dallas is a way different crowd than Austin. Austin is a way different crowd than San Antonio. I'll tell you the best city, in my opinion, to perform in is Austin. Like, it is nothing like that vibe just because, like, they come to have a good time. They don't, honestly, sometimes they don't even give a damn what you're saying. They there, like, to have a good time.
Yeah.
In Houston, man, like we felt we was killing this show, not in a good way. We thinking that this shit is going horrible, and because they literally just stand there like this,
Staring.
like looking at you.
Stone.
And so like we get off and we're like, bro, that was rough. And then as soon as we get in the crowd, y'all kill that shit, bro. Like that was super dope. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, bro. He was like, man, I'm gonna just tell you, bro. Like here, like. We want to hear what you got to say, bro. He was like, we ain't just buying in just automatically. He was like, you know what I'm saying? So I was literally listening to every single word y'all was saying, bro. He was like, so, and then Dallas, man, it's nothing like it just because this is home. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got your family in the crowd, you got your friends in the crowd, and, that love do hit different, like, when you home. But like I say, it's just different crowds, like, and I love performing in Dallas, like, especially like you do something like Gas Monkey or the Bomb Factory or something like that, you just like, damn, it's really 2,000 people out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just no better feeling than that, in my opinion.
Do you buy back your block or do you bounce?
I'm buying it back.
Yeah.
And bouncing.
Both of
Little of both.
He said both of them.
But see, like, more so with Dallas, I was born in Delaware, Dover, Delaware. So I would more so help Delaware part of it because I know, like, really there's nothing good that people are trying to do there. Like, you never hear anyone big come from Delaware. Like, some people are like, that's a state. Like, yes, that is. It's there. But it's like, no one's putting it on. No one's trying to show people that there's better out there. Dallas is a very broad city. It got a lot of people, so there's always gonna put someone on. Like you said, we got Yellow Beezy, we got Cuban Dog, we got Asian Brat, we got all these people. So it's like, well, who's really putting on for the city that I'm born in? So I'm gonna put on for them, and I'm gonna make it happen for them. But I'm not gonna bounce. I'm not gonna bounce from either, honestly. Yeah. I'm not gonna bounce from either. I just want to see them grow in a positive light.
What's your creative process when you start?
Man,
you start with a concept. You need to hear some music.
more times than not lately, it's been I want to listen to the beat, just because the way that the music that I've been making lately. But I prefer to have my concept and then I draw it out and then I have somebody make the beat around it.
Me, the creative process just is really, it's really just what I start drawing. Like if I start with a dot on my face, the dot could end up to totally something else. So that's my creative process. I literally just sit in a room with no music and just like look at it and just start with something, and then it just leave from there. It just leave from there.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so which do you prefer? Do you like doing the creative fun pieces, or would you rather do like Hollywood glam? Like, which is your favorite?
Creative fun, because I love drawing.
Yes.
I love drawing so much. So being able to do it like on face or even doing it on like body as prosthetics and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'll have a blast.
It's way more fun.
It's way more fun. And it's like I don't have to think about that because art, you can't go wrong with it. Like people like you can't mess up with art. Whatever you do, you just play along with it or go around it or do something. So that's how I see it. Like you just can't go wrong. There's nothing wrong about it because it's your own masterpiece. No one's going to create nothing like that.
So what is your lane that you want to like choose? If they're like, hey, we want to book you for just doing like Hollywood faces, and it stops you from doing your creative process, like would you go with that just because it's gonna get you more famous than your creative?
I think it would be on like the standpoint of where I am in my life. So if I'm I don't need that. I'm doing my creativity. I know that will help me blow up. Or if it's like, at that moment, it's like, okay, yeah, I can do this.
Get that bag.
Get that bag.
Yeah.
Get that little publicity.
Secure the bag.
Secure the
Oh, you
bag.
did her face on the red carpet. Yeah. And so then it's like, okay, I got that in lock. Now I can go. This is also what I can do. I can go with more than one talent.
Yeah. Do you get like criticism or like hate from any of the other makeup artists in the region or in the area?
I do. I've had a few makeup artists block me because they feel like I stole their look.
What?
Facts.
They were like, you stole my look, and I'll go on their page, probably have like, I'm not saying it's not bad to have a little bit of followers, but they have like 25 followers, and like, you stole my look, like you stole my page. And it's like, okay, you can think what you want. Or there'll be, more so I get a lot of questions on like what do products I use. Like a lot of people, they just want the whole entire list of what I use and the steps I go through, and it's like, just like I had to learn what is good, you gotta learn too.
Yeah.
Like I can't give you the whole cheat.
It's a lot of steps, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so they're like, well, can you just do a video and send it to me real quick? Or they'll use well, I know this person that you're cool with, let me, can I like, watch you do makeup and stuff like that, free of charge. And it's like, bro, like learning, it's better to learn your technique and do it because you're not gonna be able to do it like me.
So you brought up the Austin music scene. What does the Dallas music scene need to do? Because we're looked at as just consumers of music and not really producing. Until recently, the Yellow Beezies, and they kind of jumping out the box.
Man, it's so much we need, bro. Honestly, I think we just need infrastructure. If in the gatekeepers that we had, if they wasn't like they holding it because they know that they're worthless. They're like a middleman. You know what I'm saying? Like if I can walk this pizza up to the top floor myself, what do I need you for?
Right.
But you feel threatened if I walk it up there myself. Because then they'll realize, well, we don't really need you.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I would love it if, if a Bebe or J. Cruz or anybody, you know what I'm saying? Just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like how, what you need. But you also have so many people who will walk up to them, yo, I got this song and I'll give you all my publishing on it. And then they're like, oh, well, hell yeah, I'll make it blow up. Because they're vested in it.
Yeah.
But like me, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So it's just like, if we had a clear path, no city, no matter what it looks like, has a clear path. Like everyone has their way of making it. So, you just navigate around it.
Rapping Top Podcast, we'll be right back.
Wait, hold up, wait, oh, yeah, woo, y'all, oh, hey, tattoo poppin' like, woo, y'all. stack in my bubble. Yeah, I came from the rubble. Yeah, mind to the hustle. All my brodies in the struggle. Yeah, we chopping on them buttons, man. Johnny Law ducking, man. Juking and we bucking, man.
Hit me up on Instagram at OG Poppy for all our specials. And we're back, Rap and Tap Podcast. I wanted to ask, as a makeup artist, and you also do modeling, has the modeling scene grown in Dallas, or has the makeup scene grown in Dallas?
I would say both kind of go hand in hand. So like modeling now, they're trying to take it to a new level. They're trying to get on that New York Fashion Week level, LA Fashion Week level. They're trying to, but the thing about Dallas is they're so stuck in their ways, they can't see like the elevation of fashion. You know, they still want to do, they still consider, you know, a typical fashion outfit is like some Jordans, you know, a white tee, you know, like that. Well, as in New York, you know, it's a whole different thing. Like their fashion is very, very like up to par. Like Milan, like it's up there. So it's really hard for Dallas to get on that. They're trying to, but they're just trying to figure it out. Because more so, you got to change the mentality. You got to show people like this is what fashion really is. And some people are not going to be open to it. They're going to be like, no, we ain't with that. Like the Gucci like mask and things like that, or the lace mask. Like, no, that's not with that. And even though, you know, sometimes I'm not with it, it is fashion. You know, it is what's blowing up. It is what people are buying. So that's one thing about the modeling scene in Dallas. Whereas the makeup, that has taken over ever since, I guess, this thing of lace fronts and makeup, and they all play hand in hand. Everything has like blown up, like to par. And I don't know who really started that trend. Honestly,
Instagram.
Yeah, I think it's the Instagram baddie.
Instagram and YouTube. Everybody's, you know, oh, I could do it
It
myself.
seems like the makeup scene is hot right
And
now.
I think it's the look of, I want to be an Instagram baddie. I want that look. Give me that. And people are like, oh, I can make money off of that. Like if I could beat your face and you can look like that and I get paid for it, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. So they blew up, especially Atlanta. Like Atlanta was like the overall start of it, and then it just traveled down towards Dallas. And I think they're really gonna come up. Like there's a lot of people that are really like making some changes when it comes to it. But again, Dallas got to get used to the change. You know, Dallas got to get used to the overall what is actually popping on social media. And they're like, no, we got our own stuff.
We just came across, I think it was Nipsey Hussle owning his own masters,
Right.
and the singer Riri, I guess she had bought back her masters.
Yeah.
How important is holding on to your publishing for new artists?
Dude, it is invaluable, bro. Like, because you never know what it becomes. Juvenile had no idea that Back That Ass Up will become a song that you still play to get the club lit.
Yeah.
20 years later. 20 years later.
Wow.
You never know. And now somebody like Money Mac and Publishing is getting that. Who name is on Money Mac and Publishing? Baby and Slim. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you get pennies, pennies off of that. But you gotta think about somebody like Michael Jackson. He's sitting here talking to dude from the Beatles. I can't remember his name. But basically he was just saying, Paul McCartney. He was like, yo, you gotta invest in something that will never die. What did Michael Jackson go do? He went and bought their catalog. He went and bought their catalog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Timeless.
So there was no way that Michael Jackson died broke. No way.
No way.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if an artist if he sees the value in your masters, you gotta be able to see because why do they want to keep it?
Exactly.
Because then they can sell it to commercials. They can put it in a Coke commercial. They can do whatever they want to with it because they own it. It's the same thing. That's the same argument that I have with people talking about R. Kelly, new R. Kelly. He ain't getting paid off it no way. He's not getting paid off of it because he didn't own none of it. You know what I'm saying? And he said that, like in that 20-minute song that I admit, whatever. You're like, bro, like I'm literally still touring because I can't retire. I don't own nothing. So all you got is your show money? And if that's just keeping up the bills, what are you doing? It's too many of our legends that's like that. Lil Wayne, why can't Wayne retire? He don't own nothing. You know, and if we don't know, yeah, Jay-Z been trying to tell us this for the longest. I came in this game 100 grand strong, 9 to be exact, from grinding G-Packs, put the shit in motion, ain't no rewinding me back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He's telling you, like, you know, I came to Def, like, I came to Def Jam with a partnership. You know, like, no, we're not signing to you. He was like, I couldn't get a record deal, so I signed myself. Like, and yeah, I understand, like, Jay, Master P, Nipsey Hussle, like, all of these different, Cash Money, you know, like, you just, that they want it for a reason. They want those masters for a reason. And if you can't see the value in it, they definitely can.
So a young artist with a hot song is like going from label to label, wanting to get signed, not knowing
that they got it already.
Yeah.
Because what do they need a label for if they got the hot song? What do you need them for? Visibility? You got that. You got your Instagram. It's direct to consumer. I can literally just say, yo, I just dropped this, go buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's it. But the thing is, the music is just a commercial. Like, it's a commercial. I'm not looking to eat off the music. What I'm looking to eat is I'm trying to convert you to get you to buy a ticket to a show, and I'm trying to get you to buy a t-shirt, buy a sticker, buy a headband, buy anything.
Merch.
Because that is what pays people bills. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, I've just seen it. Like, I've seen it. Like, when I did my release show, I literally gave the music away for free. Not necessarily for free, but I literally just took donations. And I didn't set a price on it. And I got so much more money than I think I would have if I set it at $10, because I had some people literally give me 10, give me 15, give me 20, give me 30. Yo, you know what I'm saying? I know you've been doing this. I see the money that you put in this. I look at the packaging. I know how much that costs. Bam, here you go.
Yeah.
So, you know, you just never know, man.
And as a model, that kind of goes for you guys too. If you take a dope picture, and the photographer or whoever did the photo shoot takes that picture, and it gets, you know, sold for this amount, and you're over here like, hey,
Yep.
that's me. Thanks for the pub, but I need a bag to go with that.
Yeah,
How do you kind of protect yourself?
Honestly, a lot of people would tell models, even though they don't want to hear it, stay freelance. You know, stay if you can. Get someone who's an upcoming photographer who wants to work with you and not try to work against you. And then as soon as you blow up, they take everything. Another thing is with pictures, you put, you know, you stamp them with your app, or you stamp it with something that's yours, that's valuable. That, you know, when someone sees that, they say, "What is that?" They look it up. It's connected back to you. Another thing, just like getting signed, you know, people's like, why do you want to get signed when you got this amazing hit? Why do you want to be a model when you got this amazing look? You can really and truly just make it by yourself. It's about the connections. Yeah. It's about, you know, if I'm signed under, you know, Kim Kimball, if I'm signed under, you know, Campbell, Wallflower, things like that, they got all those connections that I don't have. They got higher ups that I don't have right now. Yeah. So, you know, if they got to take a little bit of my change for me to get there, still be like, I'll do it. And not knowing they might be hurting themselves in the long run. You know, now that their pictures on Vogue, they're like, okay, like, I don't make a lot of money. And it's like, no, that's why they tell models, you know, they say a lot of times, you're just a pretty face. And a lot of them don't like to hear it, but it's really and truly true, because you're not going to make money off of it. They say you want to make money, you work behind the scenes.
Now for today, we want to thank our guests. Tell them where they can find you at.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at It's Golden Piece, which is ITSGOLDENPIECE, like an actual golden piece. And then you can also follow me on YouTube on It's Golden Piece as well. I do makeup tutorials, I do hair tutorials, and you know, I tell you the truth about life. So that's where you can find me at.
And I'm Saint Row 214, SAINTRO 214 on all platforms. So anything is SAINTRO 214.
We are not funded by corporate advertisers, so we can say what the fuck we want to. Hey. But please donate. We are a crowd-funded podcast, and I'll see you on the next Rap and Tap podcast.
we gon' rap, we gon' rap, and we gon' tag, we gon' tag, we gon' rap, we gon' rap, and we gon' tag, we gon' tag. Yeah, it's the podcast.